Hello and welcome back once again, children. This is going to be part 6 of Tales of Vesperia.
Not as many knights as I'd have guessed.
Yeah, security looks normal even with all the commotion after the tournament.
It did sound like they had their hands full with the monsters that managed to escape.
Yeah, but it's too quiet. Especially compared to the checkpoints back at Katos. I think Raven's got it right. The knights are up to something, and I don't like it.
But it looks like we can stay in town as long as we don't stand out.
So we'll meet with Bellius on the evening of the new moon, which happens to be tonight.
Let's stop by the inn to freshen up, and then go see about meeting. I'm finally gonna be able to get rid of the Don's letter.
Patty, what are you doing hiding over there?
Don't you remember? A lot of things happened the last time she was here. Come on out. It'll be okay.
Is it alright for me to be with you guys for just a little longer?
Huh? Sure. We don't...
Right. It'd probably be best if we stuck together until we left town. I have a feeling that even if we parted ways here, we'd still end up meeting again real soon. So basically, there's no difference between us being together or not.
I really don't get that logic.
I'm sure you're all heading in the direction of the Maristella.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
In other words,
In other words, you want to come with us, right?
rather than traveling by myself, traveling with you guys is more profitable.
If you want to come, then come. At this point, I really don't mind an extra travel companion or two.
That's the spirit.
I wonder if Flynn's already here somewhere.
Do you think?
When we finish up all our business here, I've got a few things I want to ask that guy.
When you do, take me with you.
What is this guy doing? Guess I gotta stay at the inn first.
Is everyone ready to go?
Sure.
You're shaking, Carol.
Confronting the big cheese of a major guild about his involvement with the Great War is pretty intimidating.
Come on, he's a normal person, just like us. There's nothing to be afraid of.
But...
Carol, you just don't know when to give up, do you?
My, Patty, you've got nerves of steel.
You're sure the brave one, Missy. I'm impressed.
I'm just doing my best to be strong.
You don't have to come if you don't want to, Estelle.
I can't back down anymore. I don't want to. I want to know about myself. About who I really am.
Sounds like you're ready to go.
So then, let's go see Bellius.
Just my imagination?
We've come to meet with Bellius.
Oh, weren't you the emissary sent by Don Whitehorse?
Yep, it's a bit urgent, so if you wouldn't mind letting me through.
You may enter. However, I must ask the rest of you to withdraw.
What? But why? Are you trying to say we can't be trusted or something?
I'm afraid that is what it amounts to.
But...
You can trust that we'll be even more tight-lipped than a giant clam. For sure.
Let them pass.
Duce, but
I have spoken.
Now that's more like it.
Yes, Duce. I ask only that you not speak of anything you see here to anyone.
Not speak of what we see? Why not?
This is one of Palestrale's guild laws.
Okay then, we promise.
Our leader, Bellius, is waiting just ahead.
Hey! What's going on?
Everybody still here?
Yes. A monster!
And here I had secret hopes we'd get a gourmet meal out of this. Wasn't expecting a trap.
This isn't a trap. She is... Bellius?
The very same. I am Bellius, Duce of Nordopolica, and founder of Palestrale.
Didn't see this coming.
So you can speak our language as well.
You encountered Pharaoh some time ago, did you not? I would not think, then, that our ability to use your tongue should come as a surprise.
So you're an Antilocheia too?
That is so.
Then the ancient race that built this city was...
My brethren and I.
If this city was built hundreds and hundreds of years ago, that would mean...
Indeed, we have governed this city for ages.
Wow, that's amazing!
Good old Don. How nice of him to keep me in the dark on this.
And who might you be?
A humble servant of Don Whitehorse. I've got a letter for you from him. I've known that old badger too long to be surprised by who he knows. But just how are you connected?
I am indebted to him for his assistance during the Great War.
The Great War? So the rumors that you were one of the masterminds behind it are true?
Well, I did participate in the... However, I never exceeded that which my duty as an Intellicheia required. I was not a mastermind of anything.
The Great War was fought against the Entellicheia.
At any rate, my acquaintance with the Don dates from those times. I have long lamented that a man of his talent was not born instead as one of my race.
That's the first I've heard the old man had anything to do with the Great War.
It is a subject he takes little pleasure in discussing. The Don has requested my mediation in the current trouble with Pharaoh. It would seem that even a man of his strength cannot stand against my brother's assault upon his city. Such a request cannot lightly be brushed aside. I shall offer my assistance for the time being.
Glad to see you're so reasonable.
So some of you tear down cities and some of you run guilds. You Antilochae are definitely interesting.
The same might be said of you humans, I would imagine.
Aye, that be true.
Now then, this letter is not the sole reason for your visit, is it, child of the full moon?
You know about Estelle?
We in Telekea can sense the child of the full moon.
My name is Estelise. I have to know, what exactly is the child of the full moon? Pharaoh called me an insipid poison, but what does that mean?
I know not whether your fate may be swayed by such knowledge, but...
Bellius, listen.
Judith?
Is there something of which I should be aware?
Pharaoh is...
What the hell's all that racket?
At last, we found you, Antilochae, leader of monsters, origin of evil!
Tyson! Boss!
Well, if it isn't Carol and friends, you've got some twisted tastes hanging out with freaks like this! Keeping monsters to use in your Colosseum? You're an enemy of humanity, and now you die!
You're pretty barbaric for a friend of Carol's.
Who the hell is this little brat?
Unfortunately, I don't give my name to rapscallions.
As if I really care.
Where's Nat?
Curious, huh? She should be leading the raid on the remaining monsters in the Colosseum about now. We Hunting Blades give no quarter to any who would obstruct the justice we mete out, humans or no. If you won't attack, then I'll make the first move, beast.
It seems these men will not be stayed lest I take arms against them. It is asking much of you, but please help Nats.
What about you?
I am not to be outdone by mere humans.
Gotcha. Let's get out of here.
Good luck.
Hold still. I'll make this quick.
All right, who's next?
That's what happens when I get serious. Get ready. I'm taking you down. That's what happens when I...
This is awful. Could Nan have done this?
You alright?
Ooh, child, things are gonna get sleazier.
Nats has gone to defend the Colosseum from the Hunting Blades. Please, you gotta help him.
Wait, I'll... If only we'd come sooner.
That's what she said.
This is not the time for regrets.
We've got to go help that Nats guy.
Yeah, which means going up.
The Colosseum is now under the authority of the Hunting Blades. Withdraw immediately. Nan, you've got to stop. Carol, what are you doing here? You know that fights between guilds are strictly forbidden by the Union. What are you talking about? This job was commissioned to us directly by the Union itself.
What? Harry, what are you doing here?
Hey, isn't that someone from the Union we met in Dongrest?
That's the Don's grandson, Harry.
The Don's grandson?
Just what in blazes is going on here, son?
You're under the same orders from the Don yourself, right? To locate Apatheia?
Sure, but what does that have to do with all the commotion here?
Judith! What's the matter?
There!
Nuts!
Come on! Damn it! I wasn't done with them!
Wait! I thought I ordered you to withdraw!
Raven is with them, and he's an ally. Let them be.
Nan!
Oh, down to your last friend? Why not play with us for a while?
More of Belius's minions, huh?
We're brave, Vesperia!
I don't care how brave you are. Death to those who side with the monsters.
Get ready. I'm taking you down.
Looks like we got here in time.
You must be a healer. You've saved me.
I wonder if Belius is okay.
Duce!
Gnats, you are unhurt. You would yet challenge me, humans?
Your kind is the root of all evil.
Root of evil, Belius? Well, you got it all wrong. Just look.
All monsters serve evil. They must be hunted down. It is up to us. To the hunting blades.
These idiots have got rocks for brains.
You monsters are all alike.
Judy!
Duce!
I'll heal you.
You mustn't. Your power is...
No! What can this mean? She reacted to Estelle's formula? But this is...
What's going on?
I was too late. What have I done?
If this keeps up, it'll bring down the Colosseum.
Duce Belius! Please control yourself!
We have no choice but to try and stop her with force.
But we're dead if we hold anything back against someone like this.
I can't believe this!
But it doesn't look like we have a choice.
Belius. Estelle, wake up! Right.
Here she comes!
That's what happens when I get serious. I'm not done yet.
It's over!
Duce! No!
What now?
I never thought this would happen.
I'm sorry.
Worry not. You were thinking only of saving me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Power corrupts, but you are different. Never lose that kindness. The compassion you so readily show to others. Now, go to Pharaoh, if you would learn of your destiny.
To Pharaoh?
Nats. There is much I owe you. Do not harbor a grudge toward these people.
Dulce! No!
Wait! No, I beg you, don't go!
Bellius, farewell.
Is this the same as what was in the case from the ghost ship?
An apatheia!
What does that mean?
Convey my soul, this cyano seal, to my ally, Don Whitehorse.
So, this must have been what Harry meant.
Humans, we'll be taking that stone.
Is this what you guys were after? Hope you don't think we'll just let it go.
Then, we'll just have to pound on you until you do.
That's enough! Everyone throw down your weapons!
Damn, look who's here.
You. Take anyone still standing in the Colosseum into custody.
We're gonna wind up in chains if we don't blow this scene.
But we haven't done anything to warrant being arrested.
I don't think they'd have any trouble cooking up a reason to put us behind bars.
You're right. Escape is our best option.
I've secured an escape. Hurry!
Okay, we're getting out of here for now.
No, I don't want to go anywhere. My power, it really is a poison. I thought I could help her, but I only brought about her death. I couldn't save her. What are you doing?
There, you saved me, didn't you?
What? But I...
Let's move.
Okay. Wait!
This place is swarming with knights.
We've no choice but to go out through the harbor then.
But what if the harbor's blockaded too?
Well, the Wiesent of Kados is blocked off. If we have to get out of here, I'd say breaking out through the harbor is our best bet.
Ah! Escaping by sea might be better, yes!
Exactly. Sorry, Patty, but can I ask you to pilot the ship?
Aye, leave it to me. Time to show you what I can do. I hope it's actually got a new Ceres Blastia, though.
Perfect. Then I'll handle the Blastia. Hey, where's the old man?
You don't need to worry about him. He'll turn up soon enough.
Right. He's the sort of guy who shows up as soon as you start to feel relieved he's gone.
Yuri Lowell, this is the end of the line. Lady Estelles, you must return with us. Captain Flynn is worried about you.
But
Estelle's not going back with you.
All right, let's hurry to the harbor.
Kind of interesting that those two flame spells canceled each other out. Usually when I add gas to fire, the fire gets bigger.
Looks like we can't put one over on this guy.
Return Lady Estelles and the stone.
Flynn, what do you want with the Apatheia?
So the Knights are trying to get a hold of this thing too.
That's why the hunting blades were here.
it's like what that guy in Normgen said. The Apatheia brings only chaos to humanity. So it's true.
Hand it over.
Whoa, is he serious?
Just what the hell are you doing? Using the military to get control of the city? That's taking things a bit far. Maybe you're carrying out your duty. But you can't just go around doing everything by force.
Captain, awaiting orders.
I thought you were with the Knights to change things like that. I don't know why I'm the one who has to be saying this stuff. You know it full well yourself. Cat got your tongue? I mean, how's this any different from what I've come to expect from the Empire? Are you gonna follow Rago and Kumor's examples?
If I did, would you just kill me as well? Would you do away with me like you did Rago and Kumor?
Huh? What is he...
If you go and become a villain, you won't be giving me much choice.
Yuri?
You mind saving this charming little squabble for another time? We're sort of in a hurry, right? Come on! Captain!
What was Flynn saying about Yuri and Rago?
Save it! You men, raise the anchor!
Yeah, men, raise the anchor.
Raven! Where did you come from?
Don't suppose it'd be too much trouble to take one more with us.
Hey, that's the guy!
Judy?
Where's this power coming from? Is it the Ceres Blastia?
Yeah! We broke through!
The rudder handling's perfect.
What's the deal with this formula? I've never seen anything like it.
What?
What are you doing? No! Stop! Why would you...
This is the path I have chosen.
You're that dragon freak!
Judy, wait!
Goodbye. Judith? Why? Why?
Our genius mage has given the Ceres Blastia her undivided attention. Sounds like the core on the new Blastia is pretty much totaled.
It's a good thing we had that merchant lady change the Ceres Blastia for us.
That's Kaufman for you. She always goes above and beyond in keeping her word.
So luckily we still have the old Blastia around. Either way, looks like we'll be drifting out here for now.
Looks that way.
I'm worried about the ship's heading. I'll go check it out.
What are Carol and Estelle up to?
They're a bit down in the dumps. Why don't you go check in on them?
You'd probably be better at cheering them up, old man.
You know I'm not cut out for that stuff.
Guess I've had a hand in dampening the mood around here too. Might as well see how they're doing.
So many things to deal with. I'm a little mixed up. Sorry for dragging you around, Repeat. Right. There's nothing else to be sorry about after all these years. Okay, so what should we start with? Before anything else, we'll need to have the ship moving. Does it look like it'll be okay?
Oh, well, it's pretty bad.
Jeez, this isn't usable at all.
Damn it. I can't believe that Judith was...
Why was she with us in the first place? That dragon, Baul, right? It attacked us back in Heliord, didn't it?
You've got a good memory.
That's not the sort of thing I easily forget. Do you think they were going after Estelle back then? Yes, she knew. She knew about Estelle. You didn't already know that she was that dragon freak, did you?
Yeah.
Damn it, I can't believe you!
We all have our reasons for what we've done. You and Judy both.
You mean...
And me too, of course.
You mean Rago and Cumor? Huh. I don't care much about what happened to them. What you did may have been a crime, but if you ask me, though the severity of the crime may differ, there's no such thing as someone suspected without cause.
Are you saying the same goes for you?
Who knows? I mean, even that woman was...
Judy was a loyal member of our party. That's how it looked to me, at least.
Yeah, that's true, but... if she had just shared what she knew about the Child of the Full Moon, and about the Entelekea, Estelle's problems might already have been solved by now.
It depends, doesn't it? Pharaoh told her she was poison after all.
You know, it's possible she knew where Pharaoh was from the very beginning.
Yeah, maybe so.
Either way, I'll never forgive her for breaking that Blastia.
Well then, if Judy comes back, you can feel free to beat her up.
She's not coming back.
I couldn't say.
Ah, there you are, boy.
You sure have your own way of doing things, old man. Then again, I guess it's your only redeeming quality.
Hey, way to hurt a man's feelings. I've got a ton of redeeming qualities.
That's one list you can just keep to yourself.
I have to tell you, I was so surprised to find out that Bellius was that beast. Sorry, I mean Entelekea, was it?
Yeah, but it seems like the story about her engineering the Great War was a lie.
Probably just an excuse the Empire made up for them to invade Nordopolica.
Maybe, yeah. So is that the Don's grandson? How'd he end up here anyway?
This idiot got fed false information by Leviathan's Claw and acted without thinking.
I heard that an ally of the Don's had been captured by a monster, and I thought I'd come to save him. And then, I heard that the monster possessed Apatheia, so...
They said that Bellius had been captured?
Apparently that's what Leviathan's Claw said. So they went down there with the hunting blades to kill the monster.
And that monster was actually Bellius. So even though you got the Apatheia, the ally you were supposed to save ended up dying.
Yeah.
You need to learn to take things slower. Check your information before you rush out all ready for battle.
Damn it! What the hell do you know?
Things like this happen, I guess. Having the Don for a grandfather puts a lot of pressure on the boy.
Anyone with a grandfather like that will be expected to work their butt off, yeah.
Everyone expects too much of him. So he works hard not to let anyone down. And then things like this happen.
Palestrale's not going to be too happy about this, even if he didn't have any choice but to fight. I doubt they'll take that for an excuse.
That Nats guy should forgive us, I think.
That would be nice, but Nats isn't the Duce. It's the others in the guild we have to worry about.
Well, I don't know how to get out of this mess. For now, I'm going to take him to see the Don. Take the ship to Dongrest as soon as it's working again, would you?
Gotcha.
I actually do know how to get out of this, but an eye for an eye. It's a matter between guilds, after all.
How's the ship heading?
Apparently we're being pushed north by the current.
I see. Sorry for making you come all the way out here with us.
Don't worry about it. This was my plan from the beginning anyway.
Well, I'm happy that we've got someone who knows how to pilot a ship, but you've got to go treasure hunting to get your memory back, right?
That's okay. I'm just gonna take it easy. Life's longer than a bright red eel's ear or a slimy eel's body.
Well, that's better than living life fast and recklessly.
Besides, it ain't bad being here with you, Yuri.
I'm glad to hear that.
When I think about that, I start feeling like maybe my past doesn't really matter.
But that doesn't mean you're gonna quit searching for your memories, does it?
I'd like to know more about my grandfather, so I can figure out what I'm going to do in the future, and how I should think about the name Ifri.
I see. Then I guess you can't stay with us forever, huh?
But I've realized that there are many more good things when I'm with others than when I'm by myself. So, when my memory returns, I'd like to travel with all of you again.
Yeah, if we get the chance, that might not be a bad idea.
And when that time comes, maybe Judy can also.
I don't know. Judy has her own reasons for not being able to be with us. I hope your reasons haven't changed by then, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Yuri.
What's the matter? You look more serious than usual.
Yeah, I was just thinking about how hard it is to put a guild together. I thought things might go okay since I was with you guys, but...
Have you lost faith in your ability to lead the guild?
No, not at all. I'm working as hard as I can.
All right, then I'll borrow from your attitude and do the best I can too.
Hey, Yuri. Can I ask you something?
Yeah?
Is it true that you killed Rago and Cumor?
It's true.
How could you keep that from me?
I kept meaning to tell you. I'm sorry.
Even though I think it's bad. You don't regret killing them, do you?
Yeah, I don't.
I just don't know. Flynn and Estelle were trying to bring them to justice, too. Did you really have to kill them?
I think there are some things that you have to do. Even if they're a crime, someone has to do them. Even if it means taking the blame.
Maybe so, but even still.
I just did what had to be done. You shouldn't force yourself to try to accept what I did.
Yeah.
Can you see anything?
I don't see anything at all. After what happened to Belius. And with Judith breaking our Blastia and running away, I just don't know what to think anymore.
Oh yeah?
And then you went and cut your arm like that.
That was painful.
It's not funny.
But you healed me.
I couldn't just ignore you, could I? I can't just ignore someone who's injured in front of me.
So what are you all rattled about? Don't you remember? Belius said to take good care of your kind nature.
My power is the reason that the Entelecheia hate me, isn't it?
What's with you being able to use magic without Blastia?
Even if I make an effort not to use my power on the Entelecheia, to them, I'll still be evil. That's why Pharaoh was trying to kill me.
But Belius said you should try to meet Pharaoh, didn't she?
Yeah, in order to discover my destiny. But I wonder, is that really right? No, that can't be. I'm the one who'll decide my destiny.
Now you've got the idea.
Well, I've finished making adjustments to the Blastia.
I've checked all the other parts too. Everything's ready.
That's great! We'll be able to use the boat again!
If you don't mind, I'd like to bring Harry back to Dongris first.
We need to head to Dongris too.
Right! We've got to deliver Belius' Apatheia.
Why don't you let old Raven take care of that for you? What do you say?
We couldn't ask that of you.
Oh, that hurts. Still can't trust me after all we've been through, huh?
It wasn't a formal request, but I feel we should honor Belius' dying wish. It would be unjust if we didn't deliver it.
Yeah. Besides, we're also at fault for Belius ending up like she did. We've gotta own up to what we've done. The Dawn also might know why everyone wants these Apatheias so badly.
He was trying to get his hands on one too, don't forget.
If we can learn more about the Apatheia, we might find out why Flynn's been using such extreme measures.
Well then, I'll make sure to set things up with the Don for you.
Really?
A wiser man than I once said, even chance acquaintances are decreed by destiny. If it's meant to be, I don't mind putting in the effort for brave Vesperia.
I'm going to meet with the Don, too.
You too, Rita?
A lot has happened, and I get the feeling it's all connected to this Apatheia somehow.
It was the Don that told us to go find the Apatheia in the first place. He just might have something up his sleeve.
So Rita, you're with us as far as Dongris?
I'm going to Dongris too.
Because going with us is profitable? Well, as long as you're piloting the ship, this works out well for us too.
It's not just that. I'm going because it sounds like there might be clues about my memory in Dawngrest. Didn't you say that the Dawn in Dawngrest was a friend of Ifried's?
Oh yeah, I was talking about how Ifried and the Dawn worked together when they fought the Empire.
Then the Dawn might be able to give me some clues about my memory.
Well, if that's the case, then let's travel together.
Jeez, that old geezer sure is popular. I hope he doesn't get so busy that he faints.
That only leaves Estelle.
I think she needs some time alone.
I agree.
I wonder when we'll see Judith again. Hey, once we've delivered the Apatheia, let's go see if we can find her.
That's not a bad idea. Besides, she broke the guild laws, and you know we can't just let that slide.
Right. At least not without hearing her reason.
But first up is Dawngrest.
There'll be a stretch of beach along the southern edge of Tolbikia where we can lay anchor. I'd wager that'd put us as close to Dawngrest as we could hope.
Okay, sounds like we've got our destination.
Doesn't look like we can get around that way.
I'm gonna take this one with me and pay the Dawn a visit. These things usually take a while, so why not hang tight at the inn? I'll come over when I can.
Wait, can I come with you?
This is union business. Not sure you'll have much to talk about.
Actually, there's something else I wanted to ask.
Can it wait till you bring the Apatheia with everybody else?
I'd rather ask it on my own.
If it's not too complicated, go and give it a try.
I can't make any promises, just so you know.
Thanks! I'll be right back, guys!
Do you think we could ask about the Apatheia as well?
That qualifies as complicated.
You've got that right. Hey, wait up! Where do you think you're going?
I've been to this city before, I think.
That again?
Well, this city does have a history with Ifried. It wouldn't have been strange for your grandfather to have come here.
That's true. I'm going to go ask around a bit.
Be careful that you don't end up like you did in Nordopolica or Mantake.
I know.
We'll be at the inn. All right.
Let's be good kids and wait for Uncle Raven at the inn.
Raven, the Drunkle Uncle.
Estelle and I will be resting in the inn.
But I have to...
We're going to get some rest. What about you, Yuri?
Yeah, I could use some time off my feet too.
Yuri, please wake up. Yuri!
Huh? Oh, I was really zonked out, huh?
Good morning, sleepyhead. Though it's more good afternoon now, ain't it?
Oh, hey, old man. You're back. What about Carol?
Haven't seen him since I left the Union. I reckon he's still there.
I hope he's okay.
Well, since the old man's back, does that mean everything's settled with the Union? Did you see the Don?
Well, about that. As soon as the Don heard what happened with Harry and Nordopolica, he left the Union.
By himself? That's not like him. Where did he go?
Well, and this is just my intuition, mind you, I think he's headed for Leviathan's Claw's compound, the Manor of the Wicked.
What?
But Jaeger is the head of Leviathan's Claw. That's so dangerous.
Well, I don't think Jaeger'd try anything against the Don. If they went up against the Union, they could lose all of their business, for one.
So why did the Don go out there?
So, anyway, I'm sorry, but the Don's left the city.
Well then, should we go to Leviathan's Claw's compound?
You believe the old man's intuition?
If the Don's going up against Leviathan's Claw, we can't very well sit around and twiddle our thumbs. There's no guarantee the scum won't try to attack him.
Well, all right then. I'm not really one for waiting anyway.
Patty still isn't back, huh? And I guess we have no choice. We'll have to leave her behind. Estelle, will you wait here?
I'm going with you.
Estelle, don't overdo it. Are you sure you're up to this?
Yes, I'm absolutely fine.
Estelle.
So, you all know where the Manor of the Wicked is?
I figured you knew, old man. Aren't you coming with us?
Well, yeah, I guess I am.
Well then, it's decided. We'll just go pick up Carol and... What the...
It sounded from the direction of the bridge.
Uh-oh.
Let's go and see.
Game just can't let me have my party stay static.
What's with all these people here?
Carol's over there.
The Don protected this city from the Empire. He protected our honor.
Even if we're the only ones helping, we owe it to the Don to protect the city.
Hold your horses. Settle down, all of you. What's all this commotion?
We've heard that a group from Palestrale has been spotted near Heliord.
Their leader got killed thanks to a mistake of one of our own. It's only natural they'd want to talk about the incident.
Once they learn the Don's left town, things could get ugly. We must defend the city from them until Don returns.
You fools. If y'all look so eager to fight, the Don wouldn't have had to leave in the first place. Soon as they learn there's fighting between guilds, don't you think the Knights are bound to stick their noses in our business again?
Dongrest is independent from the Empire. The Imperial Knights are in no place to tell us what to do.
The friendship treaty still ain't finalized yet, you know.
Yuri! Everyone! What do we do? This is gonna become a war between guilds if we don't do something! If only the Don were here.
They say that the Don may have gone to the Leviathan's Claw compound, the Manor of the Wicked.
What? Really?
Well, probably so.
We were about to see if we could go there. Want to come with us?
But there's a chance that the Dawn's not there, right?
Yeah, it was just the old man's intuition after all.
If he's not there, war could break out while we're out looking for him. Yuri, what should we do? What would be best?
Well, we should be able to handle the manner of the wicked ourselves. You go ahead and do what you think you should do.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna go and talk to everyone.
Do you think this is the right choice?
We don't have much choice. We can't follow the Dawn and guard the city at the same time.
I hope that we find the Dawn at the Manor of the Wicked.
We're his backup. If Jaeger's the one Dawn's up against, he'll need all the help he can get.
Hey, you even know where you're going? It's straight to the west of here. Hey, wait for me!
That's one of my huge pet peeves, like grandmas and family members kissing babies and stuff. Like, I mean, herpes is basically endemic, so yeah. But all it takes is a kiss from a person with inactive herpes to pass the herpes on to the next kid. It's just so, like, bizarre to me that people are so, like, kissy-wissy with infants. So saith one with a degree in public health. Ho ho ho. But it's like such a taboo to say anything about herpes. Like, people in the US don't even use like the proper terms. They just call it like, what is it? Cold sores or whatever. But it is herpes simplex 1.
Whoa.
Where are you going?
We're going to meet the Dawn.
I'm going too.
Are you done with what you were doing?
My results weren't that good, so I'm going to meet the Dawn like I first planned.
I'm warning you though, our destination is the Leviathan's Claw hideout.
Huh? I really don't get how things turned out that way. That's exactly my kind of place.
Then follow me.
Hey, hold on.
What is it, old man?
You do realize what going to the enemy's compound means, right?
What it means?
We're gonna be on their turf, playing by their rules. If we get there and we're not ready to roll, they could give us a mighty beatdown and it'd be lights out for us.
So, you're asking if we're totally prepared to go?
We're ready to roll, old man.
You sure?
You're worrying more than usual. We're ready.
Yeah? Well then, let's go.
Like, we have this vaccine now for HPV, which everybody has it in the whole world. Sorry, not gonna lie. Same thing for herpes. Literally everybody has it. In a latent form typically, unless you have some kind of viral mutation that like a very few percentage points of the population has transcribed into their genetics. Like, you have HPV and you're gonna have HPV as well. Or I meant to say herpes and HPV, Jesus. No getting around it. Where the hell is this mansion place? Thought they said it was to the west, but I don't see anything up here. Oh well. But yeah, I mean, you can get HPV from... Oh, there it is over there, I think.
Hold still. I'll make this quick.
From touching anybody. Like, if somebody has a wart on their finger and you touch their hand, like, it's that simple. Doesn't mean you should be afraid of all these things. Like, most people now, thankfully, get vaccinated against the forms of HPV that cause ovarian cancer. It's less of an issue for men, but way more of a big issue for women because of the cancer part of that situation. And I mean, the susceptibility of women to breast cancer already is really, really rough. So I mean, like, the fact that, you know, the modern world is trying to give women cancer at every freaking turn, I don't know, sucks.
I'm guessing this is the manor of the wicked.
It's so heavily guarded. We should wait and see what the situation is like first.
Can't get too comfortable, though.
Shh, they're arguing about something.
What part of let us in are you having trouble with?
Like I said, your timing just seems a little too perfect. Don't you have anything to prove who you say you are?
You know what? Actually, we don't. Let us through. The Dawn is here. We don't have time to sit and chat.
So, the old man did come here.
Bingo! This is our chance to listen in.
Didn't you go looking for proof that the hunting blades were after that dragon rider?
I told you. We received word that the Dawn was headed here before we could arrive at Mount Temza. We couldn't very well ignore news like that, could we?
The hunting blades are out to get Judy?
What are you waiting for? You won't be any use to Jaeger if we have to give you a beating.
We'll let you through, but not without an escort. You don't mind, I hope.
Whatever, just let us in.
What luck! Now there's less guards to worry about.
Guess we better strike while the iron's hot.
Who the hell are you? Hey!
Nice, Repeat. Get ready. I'm taking you down. I think we're still in the clear.
So let's make with the getting inside.
Why do you think the hunting blades would be after Judith? If they're looking for Apatheia, maybe they want the dragon she was riding. If he's an Entelekea, he might become an Apatheia like Belius. I mean, when he dies.
Which means Harry's request wasn't the only reason they wanted to take Belius down. They want those Apatheia something bad.
Judy!
Judy might be in trouble, but we should help the Dawn out first. Especially with those two charming young ladies in there.
Aye! Let's be quick and clean this place up.
Sure. We should be on our way.
I'm just worried about Judith.
So you'll be going to Mount Temza?
But the Dawn...
We're practicing deciding for ourselves, remember? Let's move.
I'm coming too! She'd be upset if I left the Dawn like this to go looking for her. I can just hear her saying, "My, what did you think you were doing?" Don't worry about that lady. She's tough.
Alright, let's get the old Dawn out of this place. Looks like we found one more thing we can't ignore.
Okay.
Look!
White Horse!
That's the Dawn?
Stand back.
Didn't you say Leviathan's Claw would never try something like this, old man?
The Dawn's the one that started all this.
What? Then that means the old man's...
Just what do you think you're doing here, you damn fools? Bringing young ones to a place like this?
Bravo! I really should thank you for such a heart-rending performance.
What the hell's he talking about?
Get out of the way! Get ready. I'm taking you down. That's what happens when I get serious.
Where's the Don?
He's gone after Jaeger.
Let's go.
But yeah, you can't just eradicate everything, in my opinion. I mean, look at the common cold. It's basically decided that that will never be completely cured. Same thing for coronavirus at this point. Most experts agree that it's going to be an endemic situation.
That's what happens when I get...
It's just tough shit. We had a limited time to act, and everybody had time to get vaccinated, at least in the US, but a lot of people were like, oh, if I get vaccinated, then Jesus will give me a human abortion or something. I have no idea. I can't follow anti-vaxxing like stuff. I don't understand it at all. Like, it's like scientists took years to formulate multiple hypotheses, which they, you know, then proved to be incorrect. And over like this really long period of time, they've tested it on persons with like super duper low like incidence rates. And those super low incidence rates are like, it's kind of like a war of attrition. Like, yeah, 1 out of every like 300,000 people might have an adverse reaction, but it's super rare. So it's like, do we let hundreds of thousands of people die because one person might die? Or do we implement public health measures?
You'll be gone soon
but
enough.
I feel like these religious people are like, oh yeah, I'm one and done. Like Christianity, you know, like I'm one of the few Christians that's gonna get to see God. Like I'm the only not fake Christian. So I'm gonna get the disease, like the bad part of that adverse reaction or some shit. It's so retarded.
I never dreamed you'd try anything this risky.
I finally made up my mind that this mudball would be a much prettier place without you on it.
The other Master Guilds surely won't like you ignoring the Union's laws for your personal vendetta.
And I'll face the consequences. But it's daybreak now. Looks like I've underestimated you, Touch. I'm out of time. If I don't get myself back to Dongrest, those fools gonna start a war with each other.
Oh, I think it's a bit late to prevent that little accident from happening.
A couple of eggs might have to be broken, but I'm prepared to pay a price.
A price? You still got us to deal with, Jaeger.
Well, it looks like the tide's taken a turn. Yeah, indeed. Bye-bye.
Hey, wait!
Damn, that guy's a regular vanishing act.
Now what's with all of you? Just how you figure coming down here be the smart thing to do?
Who's that little kid?
I ain't no little kid. I'm Patty.
Sorry about that. Patty, huh? Why don't you come over here and show me your face? Now this is a surprise.
Huh?
You're a dead ringer for Ifrid. The very spitting image.
Huh? Then it really is true that Patty is Ifrid's granddaughter?
Granddaughter? You're his... I never heard nothing about that scoundrel having a granddaughter.
Huh. So Patty's guess was right on the mark.
As his relative, I bet you must have suffered quite a bit over Ifrid's infamous incident.
I've got my own reasons for following Ifrid's trail. I thought that since you were his friend, Dawn, you might know something.
It'd be an exaggeration to say that we were ever friends. He just did whatever he wanted to do. I never knew where he was or what he was doing.
Yeah, it does blow my mind though, like, are you gonna take the 1 in 10,000 shot of contracting a disease that will shave a bunch of years off your life, or are you gonna take the 1 in a couple 100,000 shot to never have the disease in the first place? Like, and then there's the crazies that are like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, vaccinate my child directly by sneezing right in their fucking face, and I'm like, why? Why do people like this exist?
And I ain't got a clue about that now, either.
I see. Haven't you met him somewhere recently?
Have I? Can't rightly say.
This is a keepsake left by an ally of yours. We were asked to bring it to you.
Looks like I caused you all some trouble. Of all the... Why'd she have to wind up like this?
Just what is an apatheia, anyway?
Well, you see... Afraid I don't have time to explain it now. Hate to cut and run, but I'll leave the rest of these guys to you.
Wait.
We should think about getting out of here, too.
Hey, let me try and buy the old man some time.
Raven?
Come on.
Guess we'd better. Get ready. I'm taking you down. I think it's about time.
I agree.
You don't mean from up here? Ah!
I got a bad feeling about this. We should get back to Dongrist.
Yeah. The argument against the multitude of different sexes is always pretty much like, oh, but that's not natural because they're gonna die young. But I mean, there are plenty of intersexed people who have been worshipped by various different cultures, and it's like, and there have been people that have lived fulfilling lives, so for you to just... Like, it's so funny. They like to use that 1 in a million argument against taking of vaccines, but then they use the 1 in a million argument to say that this one person who actually is not a clearly defined sex doesn't exist either. So it's just so shitty, like, and it's hyperbolic, and it's just fucking absolutely, completely bullshit.
It's terrible! The Union and Polystrole are squaring off against each other with Hopeful and Blastia! The Dawn is back, but something's not right!
So, he made it back in time. Looks like my hunch was right, though.
What do you mean, your hunch?
He's been planning for this to end in his death all along.
What? Why would he want to do something like that?
To set things right?
Bellius died because of Harry's rash behavior. She's the Duce of Nordopolica. You can't just say, sorry, I got some bad information. Which means there's gotta be compensation to make up for losing Bellius.
So the price Don mentioned back at the Manor of the Wicked was...
His own life. Once he made up his mind to sacrifice himself, taking down Jaeger wasn't a problem.
No! We can't do that!
There has to be some other way.
Both sides are at the breaking point, though. This thing could go off at the drop of a hat. And if it starts, it'll mean all-out war between the Union and Polystrole.
Not sure we have the time to find some other way.
I'm going with Carol.
Hang in there, kid. You're a boss now, right?
But it's like there's nothing I can do on my own.
So then ask for help. That's what friends are for, right?
Don!
Take good care of them, and they'll be there whenever you need them.
I'm coming with you.
Like hell you are! Well, old man, it's been fun.
Raven, you better nail Jaeger for me.
That's a heavy load for somebody like me.
Oh, I want your heavy load.
You're the only one I can ask.
Whitehorse.
Little lady, try going underground through the storeroom in the city's tavern. There's a wall there inscribed with Eifried's name. If you're his granddaughter, it ain't a bad idea to take a glimpse at the kind of things he did and how he lived. We're so grateful for everything your darling grandson's done to us. Really.
The boy has made a mess of things. He may be my idiot grandson, but he's also a full member of the Union, and it falls upon any leader to take responsibility for the mistakes of their people. So say the laws. Take me, then. Let my head atone for Bellius.
Dawn.
Idiot. These guilds. They're all filled with nutcases.
So, who's gonna be my second?
It would be my honor.
Guess you're stuck doing a job nobody much wants.
You too.
No kidding. Yuri, I was looking forward to watching you go places. I'll make sure to save you a spot in hell.
I don't think they'd let me into the hell you're going to.
I won't forget that attitude, boy.
And I won't forget your resolve, Don Whitehorse.
Dawn! Listen up. You all gotta stand on your own 2 feet from here on. There's a new age coming, so get out there and make it for yourselves.
Oh my gosh, the person directly behind Don Whitehorse is basically like fat, middle-aged Naruto. I can't. He's even got like the forehead plate thing. Oh man.
Everyone here seems to have calmed down.
Feels more like they're expecting the end of the world.
Carol's been taking the Dawn's passing pretty hard, too.
And it looks like things are keeping the old man busy. I guess it comes with being a member of Altosk.
Huh.
I haven't seen Patty for a while now.
She might be in the sewer tunnels.
Oh, right. That's what the Dawn was talking about.
He gave up his own life to make amends for what happened. The guilds take their laws pretty seriously.
The pride of living by the laws of the guild, taking responsibility, accepting the choices he'd made. The Dawn practiced what he preached.
And he was willing to stake his life on those beliefs.
Responsibility, choices.
I've got to get these things figured out myself. Best to start with our guild, with brave Vesperia.
Yuri? Where are you?
Just going for a walk.
He probably went looking for Carol.
Carol.
Yuri, there wasn't anything I could do. The Dawn, and all the rest of you, you'd all made up your minds and did what you could. Nobody in this town's gonna listen to anything I've got to say, so I was thinking I should try talking with Palestrale instead. But they might be done talking, and just attack anyway. when I thought that, I was too scared to go alone. So I ended up not going at all. I'm not good for anything.
What about Judy? Weren't you gonna look for her?
I can't go with you anymore, Yuri. I'm just not cut out to be the boss of a guild.
Is that it then? Is that all guilds and brave Vesperia mean to you? Just walking away from the dream like that?
But I wanted to be the best guild! To be useful to the Dawn! For him to notice me! He's been a role model for me, and now he's not around.
So you're just gonna pack it up and quit? Just what was it the Dawn died for? You, of all people, should know the answer to that.
You can always do everything you want, Yuri! You'd never understand how I feel! I'm not tough like you! There's no way I can be like you and the Dawn! It's over! Our guild is...
Carol! Don't you remember all the Dawn told you? Did you forget his resolve? As a member of our guild, I'm going to Mount Timsa to find Judy.
Huh?
Brave Vesperia will go on. Even if you don't, this guild is more than just you now.
I don't want to run away. I don't want to, but...
Carol, do you think he'll be all right?
He'll be fine.
But...
Well now, if it isn't that darling boy and girl. How very nice to see you both.
Jaeger!
You've got some nerve showing your face after planting the seeds of war.
Seeds of war? I'm quite sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Attacking Palestrale is a matter for the Union to decide. Yup, that's right. We just helped inform their decision.
Exactly. Understand, my little friends?
I'll give you something to smile about.
That's enough for today, I think. It is the day of the Dawn's passing, after all. We're still in mourning, you see. The world lost a great man today. It most certainly did.
What is it you guys are after? Get the Dawn out of the way to take control of the Union?
Oh, no. Our little business will most surely be easier without support Dawn around, but... let's not go there. I've come today for my own personal reasons.
I don't want to disgrace the Dawn by doing something I'll regret later. You should leave before I change my mind.
It is not only you who are mourning this death, you know. Be seeing you then.
Even Jaeger is mourning the Dawn. I don't understand. Hadn't he been trying to get rid of Don Whitehorse himself?
The old man was a nuisance to Leviathan's Claw, but maybe things were a little different for Jaeger on a personal level.
You mean like the difference between guilds and individuals?
Yeah. To the Dawn, there was Jaeger the boss, and Jaeger the person.
The Dawn did break his own laws and take the fight into his own hands.
Well, we should be on our way.
All right. I told Rita we would be meeting her at the town exit. I also left a message at the inn for Patty.
I said he'll be fine. Let's go.
That honestly sounds really cool. I think it should break out of just Japan and post-apocalyptic scenarios and move into other regions and other kinds of scenarios. That wouldn't be shocking. From what I understand, Eastern philosophies are a lot more centric on a group or a family or the country as a whole than they are like the individual, so I don't think it would go over super well.
Where are Carol and Patty?
What is the deal with everyone worrying so much? What are both of your plans after this?
I'm going with you, of course. Like I said, I've decided to stick with you guys while I research the air credit.
Right.
I want to go with you as well, Yuri. Now that we know the hunting blades are out to get Judith, we've got to try and help her.
Yeah, that makes sense. For me, like, mixing cultures from different origins makes a stronger story. Like, I don't know if you watched my Digital Devil Saga series, but it mixes together a lot of different cultural influences, and the plot does so much better for it, in my opinion.
We're not obligated to do anything for her.
Judith shared in our travels. She's one of us.
She also destroyed the Ceres Blastia on the ship.
But...
I'm not going out on any mercy mission. I told you I need to set things straight, right?
Yuri...
What does Judy know? What doesn't she know? I'm gonna see that she comes clean about all of it. I have to find out where this guild stands.
Well, we might just end up saving her along the way.
You two are worried about her. I knew it.
What are you talking about? We might, is all I said. Anyway, with all this talk about setting the guild straight, is the fearless leader himself gonna come?
But yeah, that and like, cultural-wise, I think it's important to mix media in that way, because if you know a little bit about a lot of different kinds of culture, then you know how to not be a piece of shit. And I think it's honestly super important that people become, like, more tolerant. Goodness. Like, just take a look at world events. For the love of God, stop being assholes to each other.
It'll take more than this to keep him down. He'll come.
Oh, Patty's here.
Did you have a look at what your grandpa left behind?
I engraved it all firmly in my memory.
So did it help you remember anything?
It doesn't look like things are gonna go quite so well. But I can't let myself get discouraged by something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's honestly not shocking too, especially with the assassination of a prime minister, one that was in his 80s. I think there's been a real outcry there for there to be younger persons in positions of influence and to steer the ship of Japan into something that makes more sense for maybe the world as a whole. It's hard for me to say exactly what I'm trying to get at, but ultimately, like, they are just, I think they're caught in a struggle between maintaining existing values and trying to branch out into more individual values. I think especially, like, the idea of black companies in Japan, like places where young people go to make almost no money, to be frickin', like, almost kind of like slaves to an organization. It's tricky. Like, because there's a lot of things I like about Japanese culture, especially with regard to their workplaces, because they have a very, how do I describe it? A team-oriented approach to business, which I really find to be a good thing. But here in the US, I think we, like, pretend to have this team-oriented version of business, but everything comes down to, like, individual goals. So, at the expense of a team, a person would rather outperform themselves than help their team get to their point. So, like, I've had a sales career for like 20 years, and honestly, if we took a little bit of that teamwork approach to the individuals on our team and say, like, if we hit the team goal, then everybody gets paid like a bonus commensurate with like what the top people make on the team, and you do it ethically, like, that would be super nice. But until that happens, it's just a bunch of people out for themselves in the US, which, it kind of sucks. Like, I have no incentive to waste my time to help another person. but I think my personality is deeply rooted in the foundation that helping other people is a good thing. So it's kind of funny. It reminds me of a time when I was leaving waste management, and I had like a boss literally come up to me, and she kind of insinuated that I should try to get this girl like on the wrong pathway of things and to be fired. And I think part of the reason for that was because this person was pregnant, and like I just found that to be disgusting, and I left the company very shortly thereafter, even though I was making like easy money. But instead of fucking that person over, I was just like, this is precisely how you can succeed. And I spent like a lot of time every day, like to the detriment of my personal commission goals, to help this person like blow away her own goals so that she could be in a good position. And like it was so very obvious to me, the level of resentment that was being blasted at me from the management. Like, oh my god, it was just fucking disgusting. Welcome to capitalism. Holla.
Is it okay for me to be with you guys a little longer?
I don't mind. Okay, let's go.
What should we do about Raven? He couldn't come now. He can't turn his back on this town. They lost the Dawn.
You're probably right. The old man has his own agenda to take care of.
I'm gonna miss him.
Think who you're talking about. That guy might just pop up when you least expect it.
So where is this Mount Temza anyway?
My guess is that it's somewhere north of the sands of Kogor. She mentioned something about living with Baul on a mountain to the north of a desert.
There certainly are plenty of mountains in the northern regions of Desier.
Well, let's start there and see where it takes us.
We'll be going to Desier by ship. Looks like that's where I come in.
But like a thing about this game that kind of blows me away is like often Estelise, aka Estelle, the princess, she keeps talking about knowing a lot of different locations across a global map, and she also seems to be like the most flexible person to give people a chance. So I think that's like a huge bullet hole in the American education system. Like, knowing where places are and how they think and what they value, what they demonize, like just having 3 or 4 bullet points on like a slideshow about a ton of different countries, that's just, for me, something that rounds you out. It makes you a better person, because if you care enough to learn, or if the educational system cares about you guys, like most people knowing that stuff, then the chances are of you demonizing someone, it just goes down drastically. But here, it's like a survivalist mentality, like, oh, if you hate everyone but yourself, then you're in a battle of survival, like, with the fucking capitalistic system, and then you'll just, like, you know, hopefully take every penny out of it that you can, and for me, that's just counterintuitive. But yeah, work culture in Japan is very often spoken about negatively. But yeah, that's like, it's the duo kind of centric nonsense. Like, there's red and there's blue, there's conservative and Democrat. Like, if you, what is this? It's called dichotomizing. Basically, you're splitting everything into 2 polar extremes, and like no other ideas can exist successfully. That's like what American politics is. You have your left, you have your right. There's no other way. But what if I want to go forward? What if I, you know, want to go backwards or something? There's a lot of different directions you can go politically, but the billionaire class here is very good at paying for both sides of the equation to absolutely ensure that all the laws are going to favor them regardless of what the populace elects. Don't let the sun go down on me.
All right, let's head to the ship.
Carol!
Wait! I'm going with you. I might not fully understand the things that Dawn wanted to tell me yet.
There's also kind of a view in Japan of like older people are always like more experienced and better than you. So if you think about it from the individualistic aspect of capitalism in the US, like think about the emerging like tech stuff that's happened, like with our Googles, our Apples, our Amazons, etc. If you have group dynamics and nobody's willing to invest in emerging thought because a groupthink situation views the individual as a radical, then I don't necessarily think that's the right way for the economy either. What I was perhaps poorly trying to say before is a mixture of those ideologies is necessary, because otherwise you have a huge level of bureaucracy. If everybody is second-guessing everybody, then nothing ever gets done. So, it's tricky, to say the very least.
But Brave Vesperia is our guild. So I've got to come with you guys.
Carol.
I think if I ran away, if I abandoned my friends, that'd be the end. I couldn't come back. That's why I've got to go. Please let me come too.
Of course. You're the boss of this outfit, Captain.
Yuri, thanks! But don't call me boss anymore. I haven't done anything to earn that title yet.
That's why I think there should be a combination, like what I was saying before, like taking my bad example of having mostly a sales career and saying like, hey, like let's have two goals. Let's have an individual goal that's, you know, medium to medium hard to beat, and then let's have a group goal that exceeds the individual person's goals and have that be a touch harder to beat. And then incentivize the people with money, with benefits, with PTO, however, like a combination of those three things, because people like having time off, people like having extra money, blah blah blah. If you can combine those things in a way that's fair, especially like given the CEO culture of a lot of countries, like I make 9,000% more than the individual contributor. It's like, are you... A CEO is an example of extreme individualism, in my opinion. Like, I climbed to the top of the company all by myself. Except for, wait, actually I'm Elon Musk, and actually my parents' fucking emerald mines in South Africa, a super racist country, where now Elon Musk is coming out being like, I'm populating the human race because I cheat on every woman I've ever been with, hence my 97 divorces and 3,000 kids. Like, I'm sorry, dude, but fall off a fucking cliff. We don't need you.
Until you really think I'm a boss, until I don't feel embarrassed when someone calls me boss, I'll just do my part as a fellow member of Brave Vesperia.
Understood, Carol. Not a bad plan.
All right!
It never ends with these guilds. Bunch of hot-headed idiots.
That's exactly what's so good about the guilds.
Yeah. Quite juvenile, isn't it?
When I think of extreme collectivism, I think CCP. Like, most of the people... Oof. At least the people given power and influence have a huge degree to destroy the common folk.
Ah! Hey, old man!
How glorious is youth!
What are you up to?
But I think a communist dictatorship is very easy to be like, hey, you see how much power I have? I'm in the news every day. I'm on the fucking CCP mandated news watch hour. Like Big Brother, you know? Like, the fucking country has a social credit score and cameras watching everything you do 24/7. If you say that these few hundred or so people have this power and they need something from you and they'll give you this favor, like, oof, I mean, I would be less inclined to trust them unless I trusted the propaganda, because I think they'd use me and lose me, sort of a situation. But, you know, I'm sure they've done their research and found the right dumb idiot to do the horrible thing that they asked, and, you know, every once in a while, they probably get some cash rained on them.
Huh? Something wrong with my being here?
Well, don't you have your hands full with the Dawn's passing and everything?
You know, it all just seemed a little too bothersome, so I ducked out.
But you owe a lot to the Dawn. Aren't you sad?
Sad? I cried and cried till my throat was hoarse, and there wasn't a tear left in me.
Funny, it doesn't show on you at all.
Huh. So not even Raven the Great can bear to ignore the Dawn's parting words.
What are you talking about? You heard me, didn't you? That burden's too heavy for this beast. I'm sure they'll be able to take care of that piece of business just fine without me.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
The bunny dictatorship? Oof. I honestly don't know 100% what that would look like. It would probably, at least I hope, it would be a little bit more true democracy and a little bit less republic. But it would also involve things like preventing radicalization. But I mean, honestly, like, the government already does that, you know? Like, if you won the war, you write the textbooks, sort of a thing, so I'd like to think I could be noble, but honestly, like, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Like, something to keep in mind when you're trying to climb ladders.
Oh man, these kids today, I tell you.
Traveling in a group is loads of fun. It's so lively.
This isn't lively, it's rowdy. Didn't I tell you that before?
So now we can depart for Desier, right?
Huh? Why are we going back there?
That's a pretty good hunch you had there. Mount Thames is north of the Sands of Kagor. There's a Krydian city there, if memory serves.
I would create a ministry to have sex with incels. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I did a report in college, and it was based off an article that I read that said that areas where people said they had easier access to getting laid were places where less crime happened. So if you take the mystery out of sex, you know, you explain the rights and the wrongs of it, you explain that, yeah, there's very low chances of STDs, but, you know, the mental health benefits, Jesus Christ, like, everybody deserves to have sex, in my opinion. But I also don't want to have sex with everyone, so maybe that makes me a hypocrite. I don't know. I just think, like, sex education is done super wrong here. Like, there's this vision that, like, men are the enemy and they're stronger and they're gonna choke you to death and all this other stuff. And then there's, like, there's fuckboys and all they want to do is fuck you, and the only reason they want to fuck you is because they're cute and they can get away with it. Like, how is that not scary to somebody who weighs 110 pounds? That's all I'm gonna say.
And why would you know something like that?
Well, I'm over twice your age, so of course I know twice as many things.
Right.
So are we going or aren't we?
Can we get to the north of Kagor by boat?
Guess we'll have to see when we get there.
Hoist the sails! The Fiertia is off to sea!
Don't we all? Meh. I mean, I don't mind that people want to retain autonomy over their bodies. Like, that's fine. But I don't like misinformation spurring people to create negative health situations for themselves either. Like, honestly, to subvert, like, fat activism, I would probably say that it's illegal to create advertising showing people with unrealistic body types as normal. So, like, all the billboards can't be big-tittied, 14-pound little girls, and all the men can't be steroid-jacked fucking psychos. Like, portray more normal people in advertisements, portray more normal people in your TVs, your movies, everything. Like, yeah, it's nice that... It's capitalism, though. Like, it's always been a north-facing compass towards the 1%. Like, the people that are extreme are always going to get a lot of media attention. The richest asshole, the fattest woman, the nastiest pussy, the biggest dick, the largest dog, the filthiest hobo. Like, that's the shit that fucking gets, like, #1 news articles here. Fuck yeah, oh, that's nasty, the creamiest titties. Like, what can I say? Jesus has so many fucking nails in him that he's gotta be Christ. Probably faster to just go north. Unless there's a bunch of reefs in my way that prevent that from occurring. It's funny, like, I said that kind of incredulously, but when I was a kid, we rented a houseboat in, I think it was Minneapolis, and we took that houseboat into Canadian waters, and, like, the dude that rented my dad the houseboat was like, hey, man, be careful of, like, low tidal areas, because, you know, if you drive across a bunch of reefs or a bunch of rock, you're gonna explode my fucking engine. And my dad literally exploded the engine, which was kind of funny. But I mean, he knew the risks, you know, so he knew he would have to pay if he fucked up. Like, what an amusing world we live in. That's all I'm gonna say.
Get ready. I'm taking you down. Here. That's what You'll be gone soon enough.
Magic hunger's coming spread!
Get ready. I'm taking you down. That's what I...
I wouldn't say that the BMI is racist, but I would definitely agree that persons subjected to poverty, and typically, let's be real, persons that are not the master race are going to be more prone to poverty in the US. So, in a way, I guess that's not completely incorrect. You're taking two truths and combining them into kind of like a half-truth. The reason I say it that way is because there's a lot of evidence that shows that persons in poverty, abjectly persons who are also not white, are living in areas that are called, in the US, food deserts. And that's where there's not, like, a lot of reasonably healthy food available to you within that given area. So, like, let's be real again, if you're, like, the US is fucking gigantic. The situation that propagates that fact is that not everywhere can create food as easily as other places. And where do black people tend to live? Not on farmland. So their access to healthier food is diminished. This is all shit that's basically proven. I'm not trying to be like one way or another. It's just shit that is a fact. Like, Google this right now if you're bored. So in a way, I wouldn't say that access to food is inherently racist, but I would say that the likelihood of you being impoverished is higher when you're black, and the likelihood that you have access to healthy food decreases in that same scenario, if you understand kind of like what I'm going for here. So she's not wrong. Like, I'll definitely say it that way, or whoever was advocating for that particular thought point. But oof, that's capitalism for you. Like, anyhow, we can continue on Discord. I'm gonna do an episode split here. I might do another episode, but I have to walk the dogs, make a PP, all that kind of stuff, so I will return with more at some point, but that point is not right at this exact second. Oh yeah. Anyways, I will update my Twitch schedule when I have a better idea of what I'm gonna do. And I'm Secret Bunny Ninja on motherfucking Twitch, PayPal, Venmo, YouTube, all kinds of shit, so yeah, I'm easy to find. Let's get naked!